Hey, what is up guys, Omogonix here and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be checking out more of the old Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated. So if you haven't checked out my previous video on that, be sure to, there's a link in the description below. So basically in my previous video, where I looked at this version, we basically played through a bit of the game. I showed you guys what it was going to be like. However, there is still some more stuff to show. Like out here, for example, there's actually a whole hallway I made, which this was actually going to be a chase hallway where towards the end of the game the player would have to run through here, and then eventually they would actually get to a point where they'll need to figure out the code for this door here. Now I forget how it's actually figured out. Oh wait a second, yeah, here it is. You basically have to remember these codes. So you gotta like try memorize these codes so then you can actually go open the two doors that are towards the ending here. So as you can see, we have door 1 and then door 2, and then you just continue running down here and then you finally get to the exit. Now I can't remember if Todd actually makes it or not. I guess we'll have to go wait and see, because I'm pretty sure I did actually, you know, add functionality to all this here. Like these doors can actually be opened, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correct. And the funny thing about Mooshie during this chase too is his quote-unquote AI isn't even like an actual AI. Basically what it is, right, is I think it's just like an animation. Let me see if I can try find it here in the hierarchy. Mooshie walk, I think this is it. Yeah, no, I think this is it. Yeah, here it is. So basically we have like two different versions of Mooshie here. We have the jump scare Mooshie and then the regular walk Mooshie. Now one thing I will say is, you know, the lighting in this game is pretty nice. You know, like Mooshie doesn't look bad in this lighting. What I don't like about Mooshie though is just how, like, you know, he hasn't been smoothened out at all. Like, look at, you know, how you can see each individual face of his, like, chef hat here, for example. I forgot to smoothen it out. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did know how to smoothen out models at this time, but I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, I do really like the old design for Mooshie, because obviously, as you can probably tell, this design for Mooshie here was based on the original Mooshie's Kitchen design, you know, just the original Mooshie. But I'm pretty sure the only difference with this Mooshie is the fact that he's lower poly, because I think it's the original model from the original Mooshie's Kitchen, but I think the only changes are that I made it lower poly, and that, you know, like the textures are different, because as you can see here, his eyes, you know, they're a different texture. I mean, this is all a different texture. It's all like less realistic and more stylized, because with this game, it was just going to be more stylized. Because the thing about the original Mooshie's Kitchen, right, is a lot of the models and stuff that I used in that game were all just like, you know, free assets and stuff. Like the human models, for example, the realistic human models, they were just like things from Make Human, which is like a free like human modeling program. And the clothes that the characters wore were just like the default clothes that you could put on the characters in that program. But yeah, but you know, I wanted to actually make my own models for this game, because I am someone who does prefer to do my own stuff. And you know, at the time I just wasn't really the best with like modeling humans, for example, so that's why I went with a very stylized style here. It is kind of lazy though, I will say that. I mean, just a cube for the torso. And it's funny because, like, it was like, what, maybe just 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now? And, you know, I've already improved so much over that time. Because, I mean, like, it's not like everything I've, you know, modeled even back then, a few years ago, was bad. You know, it just depends on what I'm modeling. Like, when it comes to humans, I sucked at the time. But then, obviously, you will get times where I am decent at modeling other things. Like, I do think I'm okay with, like, modeling creatures, for example. I do think I'm pretty decent with that. But yeah, so anyways, let me show you guys how the Mooshie quote-unquote AI works here. So basically, right, if I go to Mooshie Chase and then we play the animation, so basically he just chases, right? And he does also have like his own walk mix ammo animation, which plays at the same time as well, so he doesn't just look like this the whole time. Don't worry, he's not just standing still as he, you know, runs. There's also like another animation which plays too, which is the actual mix ammo animation. But yeah, so as you can see, this is how it works. he'll just keep on walking and walking, and you basically just gotta like try and and yeah, and there's that weird turn there. But yeah, you basically just gotta try and you know, get ahead before Mooshie can catch you, and then eventually he comes to the end here. So yeah, that's how Mooshie works. If I actually go into Mooshie's scene, oh, I just realized I've got like a bunch of different scenes for like Mooshie in general. So I've got Mooshie Chop. Oh, okay. So this must be like a alright, let's see what this is. Chop Moosh. Oh, I see. So this is like a chopping animation. Oh yeah, that's right. There's actually a part in the game where you see Mooshie like you know, slamming on a body or whatever. I forget what it is that he's doing. But yeah, if I do play through it again today, because I do plan on probably playing through the game properly again so we can see the rest of it, of what's been made. But we'll probably see this animation in there. Right, so here's the Mooshie walk animation that I was talking about too. So this is Walk Moosh. So yeah, this is what plays when also we can like loop it as well. So this is what plays when we're getting chased. See, he just walks like this. I think it's literally just like the original Mooshie walking animation from the original Mooshie's Kitchen. I think it's literally just the exact same walk. Look at the way his like bottom jaw moves as he walks around. That seems about right. Just how Mooshie would actually behave. But I honestly do prefer the new Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated Mooshie model more. I didn't actually make the design for that, a friend of mine did, and they showed it to me, and I thought it'd be cool to make into a model. So that's why I ended up using that. And then, yeah, like I do like the old original Mooshie's design too, but I think the new one's just like kinda better in my opinion. I mean, it would be nice to hear what you guys think too. Alrighty then, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna go play through this game again, and we're gonna go see some stuff that we didn't get to see last time, so let's go play. So now, let's go ahead and play some of the older Mooshie's Kitchen. Let's go, yes. Alright, so yeah, we have to start from the beginning again, because I don't think I actually have any save stuff related in here yet. But yeah, we already know what happens at the start, I don't need to read that stuff out the bottom there. Let's just go pick up our phone. Also, another thing about this game too is the shadows are very soft, because I turned the softness of the shadows all the way up, because I really like the look of it. But also it kind of just makes it look like there's no shadows. Or that they're just like really low res but really soft. But yeah, would try out the arcade, but I'm pretty sure I'd get soft look trying that, because I don't think it actually functions. What's this room meant to be anyway as well? Oh wait a second, I think this is meant to be like heading into like an officer's hallway. Because one thing which I noticed isn't here is Steve's workshop, which is like an important part of Mooshie's Kitchen. I mean, there's a bunch of offices here which are missing. I mean, we do have Veronica's office, we have the storage area and all that, right? But one thing which we don't actually have is, you know, Steve's workshop and stuff, so I'm guessing that they're supposed to be through this door here, like into another hallway which leads to all them other rooms that I plan to be in this. But yeah. Anyways, let's knock on the door. Alright, well there's Mooshie dancing. But yeah, no, look at that. Look at the dancing though. Look at him go. But yeah, no, I think Mooshie's improved a lot since the original Mooshie's Kitchen when it comes to his moves, for sure. Anyways, let's go toggle the radio now, and now he's just standing here. Okay, now let's talk to Mooshie. Hey Mooshie, I know you were busy listening to music, but I have something important to tell you. Veronica called me before and told me that told me to tell you that you're being retired, blah blah blah. Just so you know, you're the best chef I know. If you're up to me, I'd burn all those shareholders alive. But hey, maybe retirement won't be so bad. You could come stay with me at my place. I guess it depends on what the company decides to do with you. You are their property after all. Anyways, Veronica told me she had a gift for you in her office. You wait here whilst I get it, pal. Alright, so now let's go look for that. I think Veronica's office is locked. I should find the key. If I can't find it, I'll call Veronica. So yeah, we're gonna end up calling Veronica anyway, so, you know, we'll just walk around for a bit until that happens. Oh, where's Mitch gone? It's not like him to leave the security office unlocked. Alright, anyways, let's call Veronica. But yeah, so last time we played this as well, we actually saw Skibidi Mooshie as I wait for Mooshie, I should double check on the chairs in the dining area are straightened. So yeah, now we gotta go do the straighten a chair task. So yeah, if you noticed in the last video as well, when I came into here, you could already straighten the chairs even before being told that you were meant to straighten them. And the reason as to why that is because I was testing out later parts of the game, and in order to do that, you know, I just wanted to make sure that I had the straighten the chairs task enabled at the very start, so I could get to a certain part at the end of the game. But yeah. Also, you gotta be careful of standing near the chairs as well, because you can actually go like on top of them. But yeah, I was actually just thinking about just saying like, huh, imagine if I actually like finished off this old version of Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated, and then I just like released it as like an official old version of what Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated could have been. But I mean, like, the game's code and stuff, it's all very spaghetti. I've improved so much since then. I don't really want to just go, you know, finishing off a game from a few years ago that's, you know, incredibly amateur for compared to what I can do now, you know what I mean? Because at the time I was just mainly learning Godot. Mooshie, what's going on here? You want to cook one last meal? And yeah, he's not meant to be enabled yet, by the way. He's actually meant to be disabled right now, so just ignore him. There is no table with a body on it. This is fake. You guys are just delusional. But yeah. Alright, so remember how I was telling you guys about Mooshie Toilet? And how in the last video where we went and saw him, we actually had to, like, you know, flip the toilet seat a number of times. Well, here's where you can find the clue to do that. It says, flip the toilet seat up 10 times. And yeah. And then we got nothing else in there. So yeah, it is pretty cool how we can literally like search all of this stuff here. Like, damn, you know, I want to make a game with I mean, I have had games with, you know, a lot of interactivity before, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, like, I don't know, the way this is just feels a bit more immersive. I don't know why. But yeah, I want to do something more like this in the future. But yeah, so obviously, but yeah, so honestly, it is really cool to, you know, be able to open up all these. I know it's just a very simple feature, you know what I mean? Like, it's not hard to implement a feature like that at all. You know, like, I've implemented opening and closing doors in so many games at this point. You know, it's pretty much opening and closing a door. If you can do that, you can then do things like this, where you can open up and close fridges and cupboards and all that sort of stuff, right? It's incredibly easy to do, but, you know, it just, you know, not everyone does put in that effort, because, you know, not every game does need that effort, or it's not that game's style, right? Or sometimes someone might want to do that, but they just might be too lazy to. All depends on the situation, of course. But yeah, I think it is cool when, you know, with these sorts of games, because I obviously wanted this game to be a bit more immersive, which is why I did implement all those sorts of features into it. But yeah, also there's something weird here with the model. When I look past it, the pieces disappear. Those little pieces there. That actually used to happen in Bodhi and Friends, my game Bodhi and Friends. Okay, so I need one piece of regular cheese, one piece of blue cheese, and is that blood? Mooshie, you really do come up with some goofy recipes, pal. When it comes to blood, however, let's put that on hold. So yeah, we're gonna go grab the cheeses now. There's one, and I'm gonna go grab the other. Okay, I've got the chance. Let's go see what Mooshie's up to in the kitchen. I've actually had a few people suggest to me before that I should do like game dev vlogs, and you know, I've actually thought about it, but it's hard to think about what I should talk about in videos, you know, talking about games I'm developing, because I usually prefer to mainly just work on those games rather than make videos talking about the progress that I've made, you know what I mean? It's just hard to know what to talk about, because sometimes I might be working on spoilery stuff, and I don't want to, you know, give away all that kind of stuff, right? You know, I want it to be a surprise for you guys. I don't want to just, you know, give every detail of the game away as I'm working on it. But I do think it is cool when I do make these sorts of videos, where I basically just, you know, check out like older games of mine, whether it be you know, a game like this which I've never released before, you know, or whether it be one of my older games I've released, and I give some interesting facts on the development of it and stuff like that, right? Like they're kind of like developer commentaries in a way, you know what I mean? But yeah. Mooshie, what's going on? Oh, and this is where we actually see Mitch being killed by Mooshie. Because, you know, we didn't want to get him in blood. That better not be what I think it is. Oh, I forgot I made a whole cutscene for this too. Shit, I didn't expect this. This can't be happening. I have to get out of here before Mooshie notices. Alright, yeah, we need to go get the key. It looks so dull with the lights off. Mainly because there's I feel like the lighting should have been just, black when the lights are off. Because it looks like just like how, like when you play a Gmod map, right? And there's no lighting loaded in, this is sort of how it looks. This is like a Gmod map with no lighting loaded in. But yeah, the reason as to why the lighting is like this, when we do turn off the lights, is because the ambient color of the scene is like a sort of grey. So therefore, when we have no lighting in the scene, it's just gonna look like this. Because this is like the ambient color of the scene. Alright, let's go pick up the key. But yeah, so in the last video where I went to pick up the key, it actually gave us an option whether we wanted to pick it up yet or not. But that's because that was before we saw Mooshie go mad when we tried to do that. But now we've seen him go mad, so now we're not getting the option. Alright, now let's leave. So, we need to remember these codes here. So, door 1 is 65432173. And then 99424241. How am I going to remember these, dude? How am I going to remember them? You know what, I'm just going to write them on my phone. Hold on, I'm going to literally write them on my phone. Let's see if everything all works out. So yeah, now we've got to run from Mooshie, who's going to start chasing us any minute now. Like, any minute now he's going to start chasing us. I think as soon as we come down here. Oh. We've got to sprint. And there's music playing, I don't think you guys can hear me over it. Alright, cool, we got the first door. Oh no. Oh no. Why isn't it opening? Guys, it's broken. Damn. Alright, I think it's broken. I couldn't get the code for the second door done. I don't think the second door works for some reason. So I guess that's where we're gonna have to end the journey there. I wonder though, did I actually end up doing functionality for the actual ending of the game when I last worked on this? I'm gonna go right to the end and check. So here we have the door right at the end. Oh, it's locked. I see. So basically, yeah, Todd gets caught here, basically, is what happens. Which is why the door is locked here. I think I did end up making a credit scene though, right? Did I? No, I don't think I did. Because I had a credit song made. But, it was, I don't think I ever used it. See, if you've played the new version of Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated, if you've played Act 1 on Itchio, you would know the credit song in that. And fun fact about that credit song, but that credit song was actually originally made for this old version of Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated, but I still decided to use it in the new version because I thought it was really good. And that track was made by the same person, who came up with the design for the new Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated. But yeah, so we have 2 tracks in this game. We don't have the credits track because by the time that was made, I think I decided to stop developing this, so I never added it into the music folder here. But the chase track and the old Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated menu track, I might actually upload these on YouTube. That would actually be a great idea. So anyways guys, thank you all for watching this video once again. There probably would be a few tiny little things to look for in this old version of the game again, but I don't really know if I'm yeah, I don't really think there is too much to check out here now. I think that's pretty much it. Also, another fun fact that I will mention before I do go as well is if you look at Mitch here on the table, you would have probably noticed how there was nothing ever mentioned about him during our playthrough just there, and that's because this this new version of Mitch here that was on the table. I think I was preparing like another part of the game to add in between the section where Mooshie starts chasing the player and we figure out what he's actually doing. So in between that part, I was actually going to add in something else where basically Mooshie like forces us to help him with his cooking basically, and we're going to do a little bit of cooking in the kitchen. But yeah, so as mentioned at the start of the video, if you want to actually try out a build of this version of Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated, you can do so on my Ko-Fi just by subscribing to that, becoming a member on my Ko-Fi, joining the Omo Pass. It's like $5 a month. And be sure to wishlist Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated on Steam as well. The full version of Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated will be coming at some point. Maybe next year. Well, it will be next year. Definitely not this year. There definitely won't be enough time this year. We're already in November. But yeah, so next year, around maybe almost the middle of the year, do expect Mooshie's Kitchen Reheated to come out, because, you know, not only is there going to be free acts, but there's also going to be free mini acts and stuff like that as well. I basically just want to, you know, make sure that the game is you know, as good as possible before release, and that it is actually worth your guys' time and money. But yeah, so anyways, see you all next time, and bye bye.